time you want to head for Skyrim, I might. I've spent enough time on Soulstar last night. Damn it. Yes, Sirrah?
With me? What's the matter with you?
Sorry, I've just had a lot of hawk-faced cowards coming by to mock my efforts. It probably can't hurt to tell you. You look mostly honest.
The name's Rollis. Rollis Sidaris, out of Moorhold.
I've got a financier waiting for me back on the mainland.
Sent me here in the interests of obtaining some rare antiquities. The relics of Saarthal.
But this whole thing became a disaster right quick, let me tell you. You come out of the Northern Ashlands, you don't expect things to go easy, you know. But this was something outside my particular expertise. When I first got to Kolbjorn, you couldn't even see it. Buried in the ash, like most other things on this blasted. Dug out a pile of the stuff taller than me just to find the barrel. Who knows how much to reach the door? Excavating isn't exactly my specialty. Even if it was, the ash storms fill it in faster than you can dig. You think I've got that kind of money? No. I only get paid on delivery. Can't afford to go out of pocket for 1,000 centimes on this. Takes money to make money, all that rot. There's a lot of it at the other end. But I can't get there without a little kick to start it off. What are you... Are you serious? Well, I think I could make that work. We can sort out the details of our little arrangement later. But for now, I'll manage the dig if you can manage the coin. Do you have the gold? It's all here. Well then, looks like I have a good bit of work to start on. I'll head back to Raven Rock and round up some diggers. Once we've got something worth looking at, I'll send word to you. Pleasure doing business with you, partner. I'll see you soon. There are restless dead about. I suggest we proceed with caution.
Despite the foul beings that infest this place, I'm certain we'll find plenty of wealth to make it worth it.
What's our next move?
What do you have in mind? What did you need?
Anything else? If it'll help us get moving quicker, sure. Right behind you.
certain we'll find plenty of wealth to make it worth our time.
What's our next move? If it'll help us get moving quicker, sure. Lead on! What's our next move? If it'll help us get moving quicker, sure. Lead on!
Despite the foul beings that infest this place, I'm certain we'll find plenty of wealth to make it worth our time. Despite the foul beat. Festive place. I'm certain we'll find plenty of wealth to make it worth our time.
What's our next move? If it'll help us get moving quicker, sure. Lead on. Anytime you want to head for Skyrim, I'm right with you. I've spent enough time on Solstheim to last a lifetime.
It's busier now that things are starting to look up. See for yourself. If you need any supplies, you know where to find me.
Your actions here have been a blessing. If you've got something to sell, I'm willing to buy. Why don't we see what kind of deal we can make? Next time you're hungry, stop by.
I don't know who sent you. Ah, so you're an alchemist then. Remember, I have plenty of potions and ingredients.
You got a good thing going here now that you've... Take a look.
Too many ash spawn.
Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up right.
Glover Mallory is a...
I work for Mogrel. You got a problem, you talk to him.
With the Ashspawn threat taken care of, I can give my men the rest they deserve. Well done, friend.
The mines are open and the shop is busy again. Thank you.
Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sioux jammer that will ever grace your lips. Come back if you're feeling thirsty.
Just remember who's in charge around here.
Talk to Rallis about this mess.
We've got a crew on it. They're not sharp, but they're working hard.
Come back soon. See how they do.
Talk to... Captain Galland, if you look...
restless dead about. I suggest we proceed with caution.
It'll help us get moving quicker. Sure. Right behind you.
Dead about. I suggest we proceed with caution.
what's our next move? You're going ahead without me? Suit yourself. You ready to get going? About time. Let's go.
reminds me of the North. Part of soul style, rife with freedom. In cold weather and full of unfriendly creatures.
What's our next move? If it'll help us get moving quicker, sure. Lead on! I'm glad that I'm finally traveling. Someone who seems competent. My last patron was killed trying to tackle an entire fort of bandits alone.
All right, hand over your valuables, or I will gut you like a fish. Don't you walk away from me.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. There's a new museum opening up in Dawnstar. The owner is asking me to hand out invitations to travelers. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
And what? You think I'm short?
Probably not, but it's worth a try. You ask me, not enough of Winterhold fell off into the sea.
I'm sorry.
Unless you're bringing me another round, you can eat water.
Turned inside out and then exploded. What did you do?
It was a minor miscalculation. I've already corrected it for future experiments.
This is why people have a problem with your college, Nelligar. If there's anything you need, just let me know.
College.
Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry. All right then.
My days at the college are long behind me, but I prefer to stay close by. No. Gods no, not for years. I left Winterhold for some time, and returned to stay here at the inn. I still have research that keeps me busy, and being here in Winterhold ensures I have access to former colleagues. Until next time. Dagor and I have an understanding. He gives me privacy, and I make sure my experiments don't blow up his inn.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Might consider joining up myself.
Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry. Oh, forgive me. Most who arrive here do so because they have heard of the college beforehand. This is the College of Winterhold, a safe haven for mages in Skyrim, a place of wisdom and arcane knowledge. Perhaps, but what is it you expect to find within? I see. That power certainly exists, I assure you. Wield it faithfully, and few can withstand you. It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now is, what can you offer the college? Not just anyone is allowed inside. Those wishing to enter must show some degree of skill with magic. A small test, if you will. No, I'm afraid I don't know anything of the sort. Excellent. A standard spell for one skilled in destruction magic is the Firebolt. Casting one at the seal on the ground here would be sufficient. No? Well, if you think you're capable of it, then I'd be happy to provide it to you for a mere 30 gold. Or you can try your luck with one of the court wizards around Skyrim. They also sell spells. Here you are. Now I'm anxious to see you cast it. No matter what, the college will. Well done indeed. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me. Winterhold's glory days may lie behind it, but the college lives on. Much knowledge lies within the college's walls.
You are new here, are you not? We have not spoken. Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear? Purpose? I should think it's self-evident. Magic is a true power, not something to be shunned by commoners, or treated as an amusing diversion by politicians. It shapes worlds, creates and destroys life. It deserves proper respect and study. The college is a place where we can focus on that, without the pressures of the world weighing down on us. Not often, no. Some risks must be taken, to be sure. I am simply trying to avoid untimely deaths. We also must make an effort to avoid worsening what Skyrim thinks of us. Oh. Right then.
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Yes, of course. I'm simply trying to understand the reasoning behind the decision.
You may be used to the
What you
Empire
learn here
bowing
will
to your
last you a
every
lifetime.
whim, but I'm afraid you'll
Several
find that
of your
Thalmor
talented.
received no such treatment here. You are a guest of the college, here at the pleasure of the Archmage. I hope you appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, of course. The Archmage has my thanks.
Very good. Then we're done.
I have... many important things on my mind.
Welcome to the college. Another new student. I'm surprised at how many of you there are lately. Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your current clothes. I'll give you a brief tour, and then we'll get you to your first class. Are you ready to begin? Wonderful. Please follow me, and don't wander off. The College of Winterhold has been a fixture in Skyrim for... thousands of years. The prominent feature here is the Hall of the Elements. It's our primary location for lectures, practice sessions, and general meetings. The Arcanium is located above the hall, and the Archmage's quarters above that. While technically in charge of the college, the Archmage's responsibilities often keep him occupied. Thus, I run the day-to-day operations. Now, if you'll please follow me, I'll show you the living quarters. Unfortunately, we've had to implement more stringent entry procedures due to some problems with the local Nords. We don't anticipate any real violence, but it never hurts to be prepared.
I'm glad that I'm finally traveling with someone who seems competent. My last patron was killed trying to tackle an entire fort of bandits alone.
Our newest members are housed here, in the Hall of Attainment. I'll ask that you please keep your voice down while inside, as others may be working on research or delicate experiments. Now I'll show you to your quarters. You're going to be sharing space with your fellow apprentices, who you'll meet shortly. This is where you'll be staying. This bed and desk are yours. Please try and be considerate of others. Now, let's go back to the Hall of the Elements, where most of the members gather for lectures and study sessions. After I finish showing you the grounds, we can talk. After I finish showing you the grounds, we can talk. Initially, you'll be learning from Tolfdir, one of our most esteemed wizards. Tolfdir is likely already addressing the new apprentices. Go on in, and if you have any problems, let one of our senior members know.
Welcome, welcome. We were just beginning. Please, stay and listen. So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is, by its very nature, volatile and dangerous. Unless you can control it, it can and will destroy you.
Sir, I think we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if we couldn't control magic.
Of course, my dear, of course. You all certainly possess some inherent natural ability. That much is not being questioned. What I'm talking about is true control.
I'm glad that I'm finally
Mastery
traveling
of
with
magic.
someone who seems
Takes
competent.
years, if not decades.
My last patron was killed trying to tackle
What
an
are we
entire
waiting
fort
for?
of bandits
Let's get started.
alone.
Please, please. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Eagerness must be tempered with caution, or else disaster is inevitable.
But we've only just arrived here. You've no idea what any of us are capable of. Why not give us a chance to show you what we can do?
You've been quiet so far. What do you think we should do? Well, your classmates certainly seem to disagree with you.
Don't listen to him. We can do it. Just give us a chance.
All right, let's settle down. I suppose we can try something practical. In continuing with our theme of safety, we'll start with wards. Wards are protective spells that block magic. I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right? Would you mind helping me with a demonstration? Are you at all familiar with ward spells? That's what this lesson is for. Perfect time to try it out. Now, if you'll just stand right over there, I'll cast a spell at you, and you block it with the ward. Here we go. Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell, and keep it up. You have to keep your ward up, or else this won't work. I don't want to hurt you.
What you learn here
Over
will
there,
last you a
please,
lifetime.
just opposite me.
Several, if you're
Wouldn't want
talented.
anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell, and keep it up. Hold still. Excellent work. Well, I think this is an excellent start. I'd like you all to continue practicing with wards, please. I think perhaps we're ready to begin exploring some of the various applications of magic throughout history. The college has undertaken a fascinating excavation in the ruins of Saarthal nearby. It's an excellent learning opportunity. I suggest we meet there in a few hours and see what awaits us inside. That's all for now. Thank you.
You know, this is one of a very few places where you can receive a real education in the schools of magic.
Restoration is a... Why are my research materials...
What's our next move? If it'll help us get moving quicker, sure.
Right behind you.
Trying to tackle an entire fort of bandits alone.
And here we all are. Shall we step inside? We're particularly interested in the prevalence of magical seals placed on the tombs here.
Restless dead.
It's rather unlike anything we've encountered.
Proceed with caution.
Anything. Anything at all that might be of interest. That's why I adore this location. We have no idea what we're going to find. And if along the way my message about the dangers of magic should happen to sink in for a few students, that would be a happy coincidence. All right. Please stay close to me while we're inside. It should be safe, but it's always better to be cautious.
I find it hard to believe this excavation was approved.
Saarthal was one of the earliest Nord settlements in Skyrim. It was also the largest. Sacked by the elves in the infamous Night of Tears, not much is known about what happened to Saarthal. This is an exciting opportunity for us to be able to study such an early civilization and the magics they used.
Be careful.
Please be careful here. The site isn't entirely secured. Well, are there any questions before we begin? Ah, yes. Well, why don't you see if you can assist Arniel Gain? He's one of our scholars, here working on cataloging our finds. I expect he'd appreciate some help in locating any additional magical artifacts here in the ruins. Any enchanted items will do. The usefulness of the enchantment is irrelevant. If you find anything, the class can look it over. Now let's see. What shall we have the rest of you do? Raelina, my dear, why don't you search for warding magics? Anything designed to keep people out. Interact with them and just identify them. Farmer, please search that area over there.
touch anything! What? Ah, yes, you. I remember you. You're going to help? That's fine, just don't make a mess of my work. I've only looked through a portion of this section. You can look around in the chambers just north of here. Try and be careful, all right? We don't want to damage anything.
There are restless dead. I suggest we proceed.
Just round up the rest of the magical artifacts so that I can catalog them. Until next time.
Was that racket? Is everything all right? How in the world did that happen? Really? Perhaps the amulet is important somehow. Is there some way you can use it? There must be something about that amulet. Try putting it on.
There are restless dead. I suggest we proceed.
Well, highly unusual and very interesting. I'm not sure what to expect here. Well, would you look at that? This appears to lead somewhere. Let's see where it goes.
mage, and listen well. Know that you have set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped. Judgment has not been passed, as you had no way of knowing. Judgment will be passed on your actions to come, and how you deal with the dangers ahead of you. This warning is passed to you because the Psijic Order believes in you. You, mage, and you alone, have the potential to prevent disaster. Take great care, and know that the Order is watching.
I swear I felt something rather strange just then. What just happened? I'm afraid I didn't see anything. Can you tell me more about what you saw? The Psijic Order? Are you quite sure about that? That's very odd. And danger ahead? Why, that doesn't make any sense at all. The Psijics have no connection to these ruins, and no one's seen any of their order in a long time. Perhaps we should take a look inside these coffins. Now, please do be careful. Who knows what we're going to find? I have no idea, but it's fascinating. Assuming it's true, of course. The Isle of Artaeum disappeared over 100 years ago, and no one has seen them since. And yet now, suddenly, they've chosen to contact you. Why, it's intriguing. If nothing else, I'd take it as a compliment. The Psijics have only ever dealt with those they feel worthy. They were a group of mages with a history that predates the Empire. Very powerful, very secretive. No one's seen them in well over 100 years. They've vanished, along with their sanctuary on the Isle of Artaeum. I have no idea what connection they'd have to this place.
I suggest we proceed.
I can certainly share a bit of what I know. All right, then. Never seen anything like this in its ruins before. I've never seen anything like this in Nordic ruins before.
restless dead about. I suggest we proceed with caution. Restless dead about. I suggest we proceed with caution.
time I caught up with you.
What's our next move? If it'll help us get moving quicker, sure. Lead on!
Well now, would you look at that? I never imagined we'd find something like this.
Despite the foul
What was that?
beings that infest
Nothing seems to work. Keep it busy. I'll try to bring some of its power. There, now attack it. Why, this is utterly unique. This is simply fascinating. I have no idea. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. The Archmage needs to be informed immediately. He needs to see this for himself. I don't dare leave this unattended. Can you return to the college and inform Savos Aran of this discovery? Please, hurry.
It's no secret that the college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted. Please don't tell me that another one of the apprentices has been incinerated. I have enough to deal with right now.
I'm glad that I'm finally
Very well.
traveling with someone
I trust that you
who's
wouldn't be here were it not significant.
my last fate for
Thank you for bringing this
trying
to my
tackle an
attention.
entire fort of bandits.
Tolfdir normally looks after your little group, yes? Since he's apparently occupied, and I will need to see this discovery for myself, I think perhaps you should begin researching the subject. Speak with Urag in the Arcanium. See if he's aware of anything that matches your discovery. And good work. The next time you find yourself exploring Nordic ruins, perhaps this will be helpful. Personally? No, not I. One of their number used to advise the Archmage when I was but an apprentice here. But that was a great many years ago, before all the members of the Order were called back to the Isle of Artaeum, and it disappeared entirely. Now, if you'll excuse me.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear? You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am in charge. It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion. Disrupt my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now, do you require assistance? Of course I do. If I didn't, most of these books would have been burned to ashes or dissolved to nothing before the Third Era. Mages need to be reminded to be careful around research materials. A mage is only as good as what he knows. I try to make sure as much knowledge is available as possible. We've been keeping this collection since the Second Era. Books have come and gone during that time, but it's mostly intact. Please make sure your hands are clean before touching anything, all right? As a matter of fact, there are. Have you ever heard of Shalador? Immensely powerful mage, back in the First Era. Had an understanding of magic few have ever matched. He holed himself up in Labyrinthian, and devoted all his time to research and study, but more than you would imagine possible. Since then, his writings have been scattered all over Skyrim, but are little use to anyone who can't translate them. I'm one of the few who can. I've heard whispers of more of his work having turned up. If you can track it down, it may prove useful to all of us.
My last fate was trying to tackle an entire fort of bandits alone.
I know what you want. Word travels fast around here. Discovered some big mystery, huh? Well, you don't even need to ask. No, I don't have anything for you. Not anymore, anyway. I said not anymore. Orthorn stole a number of books when he ran off to Felglow Keep to join those summoners. Some kind of peace offering. I think one of those volumes may have had some relevant information. If you want them, you'll have to talk to Orthorn. Let's just call it a difference of opinion with the college. They were interested in research that goes outside the bounds of what the college allows, so they were persuaded to leave. Not enough to bother with. Archmage Aaron's approach to these things is just to let them sort themselves out. Although now it looks like you'll be doing the sorting. Good luck with that. Not enough to bother. Although now it looks like you'll be doing this. Not enough. Although now it looks like you'll be. Not enough to bother with. Although now it looks like you'll be doing the sorting. Good. He was an apprentice here at the college. Not very skilled, but got involved with a group of mages who took a liking to him. When they left, he took off after them. Stole supplies and books from the college. I suppose as a way to ingratiate himself. Until next time.
You there. I have questions for you. You were in Saarthal, yes? It has come to my attention that something was found there. I am well aware. Tolfdir is still in Saarthal, is he? I shall be expecting a full report from him when he returns. It is my job to know these things. My role as advisor to the Archmage is aided by knowing everything that transpires here. Thank you for your help. You may go now.
What is it?
Practice all sorts of foul sorcery. We should proceed with caution.
Out of the way, meat.
Warlocks practice all sorts of foul sorcery. We should proceed with caution.
Out of the way, meat. Out of the way, meat.
Someone there? Go, boys! Attack!
Let me out. They're going to do something awful. Please, help. Yes, yes. Did Archmage Arin send you? He sent you to rescue me, didn't he? What? The book? Oh. Oh, dear. I shouldn't have taken them. I know. It was stupid. I was stupid. It won't happen again. Help me get out of here, and I'll help you find them. Please. I don't have them anymore. She took them. The collar. She's the one who put me in here. Please, let me out of here. No, it's the levers in the center there. Just make sure you don't pull the wrong one. Please, hurry. I don't like being in here. They threw me in here until they were ready to use me in one of their experiments. This wasn't supposed to happen. I thought they wanted my help, not to use me as a test subject. There's a lever, right there in the center. Hurry, before more of them show up. Thank you, thank you. I promise I'll help. And then I'll go back to the college and I'll beg them to let me back in. Yes, of course. I said I'd tell you, didn't I? The caller will have them. She was most interested in one of the volumes. Although not interested enough to keep me from being locked up. Oh, you've saved me. Thank you so much. Who knows what they'd have done to me if you hadn't come along? I promise I'll help you get out of here. Ah, I see. Well, then I'll just stay behind you a little bit and follow along quietly. Don't you need my help? I shall do my best.
What's our next move? What do you have in mind?
What did you need? Right away. Right away.
Anything else?
I've got to get out of here. Huh?
Warlocks practice. We should proceed with caution.
I've got to get out of here.
Begin. Huh?
Never should have come here.
You can't win this!
I've got to get out of here.
You ready to get going? About time. Let's go. warlocks practice all sorts of foul sorcery. We should proceed with caution.
I've got to get out of here. The Undercroft is ahead. Necromancers. Be careful.
That's it.
What's our next move? What do you have in mind? Did you still want me to help you or not?
Right behind you.
What's our next move? If it'll help us get moving quicker, sure.
Right behind you.
Watch it! Warlocks practice all sorts of foul sorcery. We should proceed with caution. Warlocks practice all sorts of foul sorcery. We should proceed with caution.
So you're the one who barged into my home and laid waste to my projects. How nice to meet you. Names no longer matter. You may refer to me as the Caller. Now, do you have a reason for making such a mess? So you're just one of Arin's lackeys. That's disappointing. You show real promise. You come here, kill my assistants, disrupt my work. You've annoyed me, so I don't think I'll be giving you anything. I'm afraid you don't have anything worth trading. Now, you can go back to your college and leave me be, or I can kill you. Your choice. Oh, now we're all please and thank you, are we? I'm afraid we're well beyond pleasantries. I'll allow you the opportunity to turn around, walk out that door, and never come back. I suggest you move quickly. Are you attempting to threaten me after I've been so hospitable? Well, then you won't be leaving here at all. You're dead.
Warlocks practice all sorts of foul sorcery. We should proceed with caution. What's our next move? If it'll help us get moving quicker, sure. Right behind you.
You know, they say knowledge.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off limits.
Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand? Well, well. And you seem to be in one piece. Thank you. I'll look these over and inform Mirabelle if I find anything relevant. Night of Tears, eh? I remember this one. Well, isn't that interesting? Did you read it yourself? If I recall it correctly, that has some interesting implications. You should mention that to Toldir. And here. I suppose you've earned these. Until next time.
Good to see Skyrim still has such fine people. You give an old man hope. Did he now? Does he have information about our wonderful discovery? Ah, yes. Well, I'll be sure and stop by the Arcanium later. I just can't seem to tear myself away. Whatever this is, its beauty is like nothing I've ever seen before. If you'd allow me to indulge myself for a moment, I thought I might make a few observations. I'm sure you've already noticed the markings. They're quite unlike anything we've seen before. Aliad, Dwemer, Daedric, not even Falmer. None of them are a match. Quite curious indeed. Now, I'm not sure that you're quite as attuned as I am, given my extensive years of experience, but can you feel that? This marvelous object, it practically radiates magicka. Yet it's unlike anything I've felt before. Archmage Aaron is already hard at work, and hopefully we'll have more information soon.
I'm afraid I must
No,
intrude. It is urgent that I speak with your associate immediately.
This is most inappropriate. We're involved in serious research here.
Yes, I've no doubt of its gravity. This, however, is a matter that cannot wait.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never been interrupted like this before. The audacity. I suppose we'll continue this at some later time, when we can avoid interruptions.
I need you to come with me immediately. Let's go. Really? Well, allow me to clarify the situation. I'd like to know why there's someone claiming to be from the Sigil Order here in the college. More importantly, I'd like to know why he's asking for you, specifically. So we're going to go have a little chat with him and find out exactly what it is he wants. Technically, that is true, but I still report to the Aldmeri Dominion, and I cannot ignore this situation. Don't worry. You can return to your petty squabbles and meaningless research as soon as this matter is resolved. Now, you are going to speak to this monk and find out why he is here, and then he will be removed from college grounds.
Please do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. It is good to meet you in person. I'd simply like to talk to you. I've given us a chance to speak privately, but I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance, and attempts to contact you, as we have previously, have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already seen. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with. I'm afraid it's not that simple. You must understand the Sigil Order does not typically intervene directly in events. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion, especially in Onkano, your Thalmor associate. Nevertheless, my Order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so. I presume you refer to Onkano's distaste for the Sigil Order. The Thalmor see our Order as a threat because we have power, and we will not allow them to control us. I assure you that we mean you no harm. As you may have learned, this object, the Eye, is immensely powerful. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here, it will be misused. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided. We believe that your efforts should be directed towards dealing with the aftermath, but we cannot predict what that will be. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my Order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augur of Dunlane here in your college. His perception may be more coherent than ours. I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. We will continue to watch over you and guide you as best we can. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
I'm sorry.
Well,
were you about to
what is
say
the meaning
something?
of this?
Someone who
I'm
seems
sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Don't play coy. You asked to see a specific member of the college. Here he is. Now what is it that you want?
There's been a misunderstanding. Clearly I should not be here. I shall simply take my leave.
What? What trickery is this? You're not going anywhere until I find out what you're up to.
I am not up to anything. I apologize if I have offended you in any way.
We will see about this. I'm not sure what just happened, but I assure you I will get to the bottom of it.
Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand?
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented. Beyond asking for you, he never said. Very strange indeed. Has Tolfdir been telling stories again? I thought I made it quite clear that this was a subject inappropriate for conversation. Please, don't allow him to continue to discuss the subject. All right then.
If you have a moment, could you help me with something?
The college will be here for you no matter what. We always look after our own. Well now, there's a name I haven't heard in some time. My goodness, it's been years since I've spoken with him. I suppose he's still down in the Midden, but I haven't checked. Are you going to see him? Do tell him hello for me, won't you? Underneath the college. It's not the nicest place, so if you go down there, please do be careful.
I'm glad that I'm
Well,
finally traveling.
I suppose he
with
wouldn't
someone who's
mind.
as competent.
It was all before my
last
time,
break
you
was
understand.
trying to
I've
tackle
heard the
these
stories,
beneficial
the same as anyone else. He was a brilliant student, an accomplished wizard, delved into magic in a way none had seen before. But I think he became too focused on just how much power he could acquire. That's what led to the accident. All right then.
I still need some help, if you can spare the time. We're all trying to become better mages, right? Well, I need someone I can practice a few spells on. Nothing dangerous, really. Would you be willing to assist me? Oh, good. I was afraid I'd have to go ask J'zargo. Now, you just stand there. Please hold still, and don't move. There. Now oh dear. That wasn't supposed to happen. Do you feel all right? You look very, green. I am so very sorry. I went over this again and again, and I was sure it would have better results. It's not. It shouldn't be. You'll be back to normal in no time. And when you are, we can try this again, and I'll be sure to get it right. I'd better get going. I still need some help, if you can spare the time.
The college will be here for you no matter what. We always look after... Take a look. take a look. All right, then.
restless dead about. I suggest we proceed with caution. Restless dead. I suggest we proceed with caution. What's our next move? If it'll help us get moving quicker, sure. Lead on! There are restless dead about. I suggest we proceed.